Hello viewers, and welcome to this video where I will talk about the Loom application on the indices of the Grand Seiko GMT, the spring drive GMT, which in my opinion is the most, maybe one of the best that I've ever seen on any watch. And I have a few watches, and you will see in this video why is this Loom so exceptional. So let me get started right away. As you can see, it is a very sculpted index marker, and it has a chamfered edge. It has these grooves on the front, and in between it's carved out and it's filled in with loom. What is interesting is the loom is actually three-dimensional. So you see that chamfer out there? That chamfer follows the line of the loom. So the loom is also chamfered, which is extremely hard to do because I don't have any watches where the loom follows a three-dimensional profile. All my watches, the loom is either applied as a fill or there's a loom dot. So I just don't understand how Grand Seiko did this. In fact, if I turn it off, you can realize it just glows flat, which means the loom actually turns the corners. I mean the chamfered edge. And I don't really know how, like from a manufacturing perspective, how would you make that? Let's look at some other looms to compare. There's obviously, let's look at a loom that was very often from an older watch. You can see that has a nice it has a dome where the loom reflects, so it's just a fill. You also have flat fills on certain watches that let's see if we can get a flat fill on that, and yeah, you can see the loom is essentially underneath the dial. There's the SLA here where again, like, it's just filled in. In fact, if you ask me, I prefer the loom of the SPB, which at least which rises beyond and gets these highlights as a result. You should be able to see a highlight on the 6 o'clock because it's not flat, it just rises above. But again, the whole story that is, looms tend to be two-dimensional applications. They are never three-dimensional like a Grand Seiko loom is. And I really would appreciate if one of my viewers actually knows how that three-dimensional loom is made, because I really don't have a clue how you would make it. And to think, I thought I knew about watches, but that loom is just so hard to make. So that'll be the photo for the thing. Let's look at some other looms because I have a bunch of watches out here. There is the loom on the speed timer. Fabulous watch, and I will soon put a video of it. Great, loom application, glows blue. There's the loom on the, let's look at the Alpinist because this is in rotation. Again, it's a applied loom. It's just a dab of that paste of the loom that's applied there. And same goes for, say, a lot of watches like the Omega Triple Date. Here the tritium loom has gotten this wonderful patina, but that's just painted on. So looms are always, as far as I know, just painted on from a paste. There's one of the most elegant waffle dials that I have, the titanium Solar Tech Citizen. Again, it's a painted on loom. very bright, but still it's a flat two-dimensional loom, unlike the Grand Seiko. Let's look at the Grand Seiko again, and you'd realize that is a three-dimensional loom. So I don't know how they do it. Maybe let's look at another Citizen that's in the circulation right now. Again, here the loom is integrated with the hand, just like with the index marker, just as the Grand Seiko. But you would realize this also has the same setting that the Grand Seiko has. This is the Citizen Series 8. Beautiful, beautiful watch. I think one of the best watches to have come out in the last year or two. But if we look at the loom on this, you would realize it's a flat loom. Let's get a loom shot. And there you go. It's that beautiful blue loom, but it's flat. Whereas the Grand Seiko, for some reason, manages to make that three-dimensional. And that is why the Grand Seiko loom is, in my opinion, the best loom application of any watch in the world. If you have any thoughts counter to what my thinking is, please let me know in the comments. Always love learning a bit about watches from my very informed viewers. They know much more about watches than I do. So, and if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. Always love an opinion that's not what I think. And hopefully, Dominique, you managed to hear the crickets chirping in the background and some thunder because the rains just started. And I will see you on a later video. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any comments to make.